Come back from that. That's great. I was sitting at my computer. My phone was sitting next to me on the desk while I was reading the scripture. I read it usually on Sunday, and then I read it throughout the week as I'm trying to formulate a scripture. On Wednesday, I was sitting there waiting for my friend to text me as she waited for her father to die. And I scanned through this list of all those who are blessed, some of them pretty unlikely characters: the poor in spirit, the meek, the contrite, those who mourn, those who hunger and thirst to be good and upright people, those who are abused. It's strange how Scripture travels around, right? Not only the journey that it takes for 2,000 plus years from Jesus saying it to getting it to us through all the different ways that we found it on scrolls and caves and carved out on leather, things like that. But it's made its way somehow to us, and then generation after generation of those of us in the church, we've memorized these things in Sunday school so we get our gold stars, and we memorize them again so we can get confirmed, and we see them on these tracts that people hand us as we walk by downtown, and we step all over them. Sometimes you can even still find this stuff in drawers in hotel rooms. I saw it the other day, still had a Gideon Bible in the hotel I was in, and you don't see that in all of them anymore. But anyway, thinking about that, thinking about what was going on in my life, what has been going on in my life, when I was looking through the scripture, it hit me in kind of a new way this time. These messages have always been kind of an intimate part of my life, like I'm sure they have for many of you too. But sometimes, depending on what's going on in your life, they grab you in a different way, and that's what happened to me this week. Blessed are those who mourn. That hit me, probably just jumped off the page right at me, because I remember when my friend was going through this hard day, and because I've been mourning a lot the last couple of years. These words take on a different kind of hope, a little different than the sympathy cards that you read, but they become alive and kind of audacious and bold. Blessed are those who mourn. I think there are times, and maybe very recently, when I get a little outraged even at these words, because I think of these war-torn places, where parents are dying and children are dying. I think of those pictures on the news recently of Syria where the people were texting saying, today I'm going to die, today my family and I will die. And not being able to escape, and the fear, and sometimes even the amazing peace that they spoke with. But I think about all the children and husbands and wives that I've buried as a pastor, and I find it hard sometimes to find blessing in this emotional upheaval that we feel at certain times. How could Jesus call that person who has that aching grief seeping into his joints until he's paralyzed with exhaustion blessed? During my time as a pastor, I've buried kids, from drug overdoses and a variety of things. But one time I buried a 10-year-old girl, and she was a very busy, active child in our church, and she had this, like a ball of blood vessels in her brain that could have burst at any time. Nobody knew it. But one day she went to school in the 5th grade. She said she felt a little dizzy. Asked if she could go to the bathroom. Whoever was watching the playground said, sure, go ahead. Sent a friend with her, and while she was in the bathroom, she had a seizure and died. And so this young family, dealing with such craziness and trying to put all these pieces together. And we did a memorial, and then we went out to the graveside. And because she was young and nobody expected her to die, the only place for her to be was underneath another family member. And so I remember watch this child go down and down and down, deeper and deeper in the ground. But they needed that closure. And I think about these things, mourning is difficult. Grief is hard. And I was thinking about my own life. My house is empty for the first time in a long time this week, and soon to be again in my future as people come and go. But I miss my mom. My mom lived with me for 11 years. She passed away just 3 months before I got this appointment. And so I never really had time to catch my breath. And so sometimes when I'm sitting there alone, I get this ache, and it becomes almost hard to breathe. And I know that many of you understand what it's like. You've lost partners or parents or even children. Blessed are those who mourn. And I wonder why Jesus would say that. Some scholars say that he was talking about people who mourn because of their sins. And I thought, that doesn't do it for me. That's connecting to something that was said in Isaiah, but I think it's a stretch. And truthfully, I felt like it took a little something from me when I even read that. I'm not at that stage of crying into my pillow, but we know that grief can be very complicated, right? It circles back around on you. You're fine, and then you're driving around and something comes on the radio or something hits you, and all of a sudden there's tears, and we think, wow, where did that come from? But that's how grief is, right? It's just this kind of open wound. And I was trying to figure out where that blessing is in that. Where is the hope that we will be comforted in that? Jesus knew about grief, right? I mean, he was, even in this scripture that Tyree read, Jesus had just come from talking to groups of people on the mountain, healing people, and he had to go away because he was tired. He got tired when he did that kind of work, and he sat down with his disciples, and he began talking about these verses, trying to explain and put pieces together. And for him, seeing people bringing him children that were dying or parents that were dying, it was very real and heavy on him, right? He said he felt power go out of him when he healed. If you remember the story about the woman who came who'd been having problems for 12 years or whatever it was, and he said, "Who touched me?" He felt the power leaving him as he healed. So I wonder how he rejuvenated. How did he get through these times of great mourning for himself? Maybe we can't even understand all these words until we become poor or meek or contrite, until we're in the midst of grief, or until our stomachs ache with hunger, or our tongues stick to the roof of our mouth from thirst. And maybe we can't understand them at all while we're feeling blessed. Maybe we're in the midst of that time and saying, "Oh, everything's good, I feel so blessed." Maybe it's really hard for us to understand what Jesus is saying here. Maybe we only make sense of it when we actually hit rock bottom, when we're so ashamed of what we did the night before that our lips tremble, or when we're about to lose our home, or when we realize that we have no control at all over our addiction, or when we're sending our deported parents back to where they came from. When we're in that kind of mourning when we just can't even look up. So is there some sort of favor or some sort of protection that comes even in that loss? Is there something good in this anguish and grief as we walk through the valley of the shadow of death? We know the problem with a person's death is that it's not just that they leave, right? It's that they leave behind dreams and hopes and sometimes regrets and things that we kind of wish we had time to reconcile, or if it's sudden we haven't had time to prepare. And we don't like this journey. We're not good at it. Some people are, some cultures are good. But we in America, we're not so slow and pondering, these things. We we want to kind of jump over them like hurdles, these stages of grief. We just want to get through it, get to the finish line. I don't think we take the time to stop or to appreciate whatever blessing might be in that journey. But they are there, and they're there because I've seen it, and you've seen it, and I hope you've felt it at times. But I remember my mom would sit in my dad's recliner and just sort of feel his presence. Just kind of remember what he'd do in the evenings. He'd sit in his recliner, and it gave her great comfort just to sit there. And the blessings are there, I think, when we sort through clothes and we suddenly get a scent that reminds us of that person or reminds us of Christmas morning, or when the walls of our homes are just filled with memories. And when that happens, when we're overcome by those memories, by those times when we feel great joy, then there's some blessing there, right? There's a blessing in the way that we kind of forget the hard stuff and cling to the good stuff. There's blessings when we sit down to the casseroles that the church people have brought, and we start telling stories with our family members and friends, and all of a sudden we're all laughing, and then we're crying, and then we're laughing, and then we're crying. Just remembering these times when we can cling to each other, even in this great grief. There is that blessing. These words have come a long way to greet us today. In our grief, no matter how bitter it is, or in our need, no matter how deep it is, in our despair, sometimes we find comfort, we find a little hope, we grab a little peace, or some of that deep, deep joy that doesn't necessarily mean happy, but it leaves us with the capacity for healing. When we're surrounded by friends in our grief, by relief programs that bring food and water, by that person who sits and holds our hand. I was thinking how difficult this time is for Tyree to try to say something to a 15-year-old who just lost her father, or to a mother who just lost a son to a shooting. And trying to figure out what you do, what you say. One time I had a friend in my very first church, my very first appointment, on my very first Sunday. A woman walked in with a turban on her head, and she had just finished her last chemo and found out about 6 weeks after that she was in the clear, everything was good. But in my last year of that appointment, the cancer returned, and it was everywhere, and she didn't have any hope. And I found that out while I was on a retreat with some Presbyterian church folks. And I was supposed to leave the retreat to go to that woman and her husband's anniversary party on Saturday night, and then go back to the retreat. And when I heard this message, when I got this message about her cancer, I didn't want to go, because I didn't have anything to say to her. I didn't know how I could be a comfort. I was so filled with my own grief for her and for what she would go through in the next few months, and for her family. And I was down in the kitchen in the morning, on Saturday morning, with the speaker from this retreat. And I told him what was going on, and I said, I don't want to go. I just really can't go. I don't have anything. There's no reason for me to be there. I can't fix anything. And he said to me, oh, you have to go. Because right now, for her, presence is everything. And I realized he was right, and I went, and that's all I did. I just sat by her. She cried, I cried. We didn't even say that much, but being together meant everything for both of us. So being by that person who sits with any of us, holding our hands when there's no words, and knowing that God, this God who created us, walks with us through this stuff, loves us dearly, holds us when we can't hold ourselves up again or enough, offers us love and forgiveness and guidance and companionship. feel that presence, when we can offer that presence to each other, then we know that truly